Okay, we're asked to write out the first 6 terms of the sequence, and it's given to us recursively. So the first thing that they're always going to give us is they're going to tell us, where do you start? What's the very first term in your sequence? By the way, notice this one starts at term 0. Sometimes, like in this case, it will start at term 1. It's kind of up to, it doesn't really matter. Usually we're going to start term 1, but you'll see, like I said, this one starts at term 0. That's the first term of our sequence. That's fine. So let's write out the first 6 terms. So in this case, the first term is directly given to us. It's 1. For our next term, notice what it's saying. So in order to find the first, so now I'm going on to A1. Okay? In this case, it's the second term of our sequence, even though we were labeling it as a 1. It's saying, I want you guys, when you see this notation right here, I want you to think of it saying, of it basically saying previous term. When you see that, it's saying take your previous term and add 4. So in other words, we're going to take our previous term, which was a to the 0, a sub 0, and add 4. So in this case, a sub 0, what was? Oh, it was 1. So 1 plus 4, or 5. If I want to find the next term in the sequence, well, what do? I take the previous term. So if you guys don't mind, I'm just going to grab it, 5, and I add 4. In order to find the next term in the sequence, I take the previous term, which was 9, and I add 4. And in order to find the next term in our sequence, I take our previous term, which was 13, add 4. And in order to find our last term in our sequence, I take our previous term and we add 4. Notice it asked us to find the first 6 terms. It started at 0, so it's a little bit weird, but term number 1, term number 2, term number 3, term number 4, term number 5, term number 6. Okay, it's again, the notation's weird, but we're starting at 0, so if we were to count the terms, that's the way it would work. In regards to that one, is there any questions? I want to emphasize, notice what they have to do. They have to tell you in a recursive sequence, they have to say, hey, this is the very first term in the sequence. They have to explicitly tell you that. Then they're saying, take the previous term and do this, whatever this is. Okay? So let's look at this one. This is function notation, but it's the same thing. So if we want to find the first term of our sequence, well, that's nice. F of 1 equals 1. It's directly given. If we want to find the next term in our sequence, well, what do? We take the previous term, so I'm just going to write this out again. We take our previous term and we multiply it by 3. So in other words, we take our previous term, which was f of 1. My apologies. We take our previous term, which was f of 1, multiplied by 3. So in this case, f of 1 was 1. We're multiplying it by 3. We get 3. In order to find the next term in the sequence, we take our previous term, which I'm just going to write now, which was 3, and we multiply it by 3, which is 9. To find the next one, hopefully you guys get the idea. We take our previous term, which was 9, multiply it by 3, and we keep on going. Okay. Any questions on that? Okay, then